segment is sponsored by Mattson Financial Services. You've worked hard your whole life and are ready to pack it up, but is there a way to still get a paycheck in retirement? Well, joining us to discuss are Taylor and Laurel Steward, the husband and wife team from Mattson Financial Services, a firm that's been helping people retire successfully right here in West Michigan for decades. You can also catch them on their popular radio show, Money Mentors. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Great to be here.
Oh, it's good to have you here. Okay, so everybody, you know, they want to retire, but they want that paycheck. They don't want to give that up, right?
Right. I think that's the emotional piece, is you go from having this paycheck coming in and you don't have to worry about it because you're putting money aside. But now the onus is on you. You're starting to take from your nest egg. And so it's really critical to make sure you have a plan about what that looks like. Not only how you're going to have the income, but what does the tax scenario then look like?
So how do you know if you've got enough in that nest egg?
So it really starts with figuring out what your lifestyle is going to be, what your critical income needs to be in retirement. How much do you truly need to, pay all your bills, but also have the lifestyle that you want? And then we work back into the numbers. We look at Social Security and how much are we getting there? Should we optimize that Social Security, or should we take a spousal benefit? We look at all those different options, and maybe you're lucky enough to have a pension still in today's day and age, but we've got taxes we got to worry about there. And then of course comes the investments and making sure that we set up a solid income plan. Investing in retirement is vastly different than when we're investing in our working years trying to accumulate. We now need that nest egg to provide and pay those dividends to us, so we have that stream of income. We don't want the market to dictate, that critical income need or your lifestyle in retirement. It needs to be, very smooth path.
Yeah. So what are some of the ways, I mean, you kind of described some of the income streams that we can have in retirement, but what are some of the ways that folks can bring in more money during retirement?
Yeah, so aside from Social Security and the pension side, but if you're looking at your own, let's say you had your employer plan, like your 401k. Well, that's all pre-tax. You've deferred the tax to the later date, and now the later date has come to where you're taking from it. So we just want to make sure that we diversify those assets and start looking at, maybe a guaranteed income source like a fixed index annuity is appropriate. Some people don't need that. And so we also can look at the lifestyle too and investing in the stock market. We've got so many different portfolios. We've got ones, that are focused on growth or value stocks. We've got dividend paying ones. But also we have ones that are structured notes. We call them buffered indexes, and they have a buffer. So that's really nice to say, okay, if that goes down 30%, I don't participate in those losses. But if it went down 35, okay, now I feel that 5%. So we have some offsets there. But really, we have so many different things, but it's on you just to talk with us to say, well, this is what I desire in retirement. These are my goals, and then we can help you with the portfolio.
And this is what I have to work with.
Right.
And for everybody, it's different. So I imagine there's no silver bullet. There's no one way that you're going to do this for everybody who sits at the table with you.
No.
Exactly. You took the words right out of my mouth. There really
So we just
is
talked about that,
no
actually.
silver bullet. Yeah. Every plan that we do is custom tailored to that client's unique lifestyle and what they want to achieve in retirement. And also, when it comes to those investments, it's got to be something first and foremost, because we're fiduciaries, it's got to be right for them today, but all the way through retirement, but also something that they're comfortable with, right? And because we're independent, we don't have anybody telling us what portfolios we should use or which fixed index annuity we need to be selling and using. It's whatever's right for that particular client. So that's always good too, is working with somebody that is independent and has a plethora of options. If you don't like this portfolio, well, we've got a bunch of other ones that we can discuss that will help achieve that same result.
Yeah. So what about a person who maybe already has a plan or some income products pulled together? What about them?
It's good to have a checkup. I mean, we even talk about this with our clients. We have our annual reviews, or even sometimes meeting more than that, because life changes. I have a client who actually, she turned 70 and she's going to receive some of her ex-spouse's benefits now. And so that's changing her plan. So we're reworking the plan to see what that looks like now, as she's going to have a bump up in income there. So you just got to make sure you ask the questions, get a second opinion, and it's complimentary for us. So we want to make sure we can guide you and answer your questions.
All right. Well, if you want to keep getting paid in retirement, Mattson Financial has a special offer. If you're nearing retirement or you're already there and you've saved $250,000 or more, Taylor, Laurel, and the rest of the team will sit down with you and customize a retirement plan just for you. And they'll do it completely complimentary. It'll be an enhanced plan. It'll look at your investments, your income sources, taxes, and a lot more to help you get to and through the retirement you deserve. You need to reserve a spot by calling 536-8907. Thank you both.
Thank you,
thank you.
Catherine.